Good Sunday morning, everyone. Starting off with a live look outside. Unfortunately, we are waking up to another day of hazy and smoky skies. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Anusha Roy.
And I'm Mark Salinger. Thanks for spending part of your weekend with us. We want to get right to our top story this morning as we continue to follow the wildfires burning all across the Front Range. Right now, fire crews in Colorado continue to battle 3 wildfires that have been burning since earlier this week. The Alexander Mountain Fire is the largest, burning west of Loveland in Larimer County. The Corey Fire is burning in Jefferson County, and the Stone Canyon Fire is burning near Lyons in Boulder County. We're continuing to follow all those wildfires still burning, but there is some good news this weekend as crews begin to contain more of those fires as each hour passes.
Yeah, we want to get right to Jefferson County with the latest on the Corey Fire. That is where we find 9 News reporter Brianna Clark. And Brianna, we've got some good news for folks in 2 specific neighborhoods. They've been bumped down to pre-evacuation status. It means they can get back in, but by no means can they let their guard down.
Yeah, correct. So those folks that are living in the Deer Creek Mesa neighborhood and the KUSA neighborhood, they get to go home, they get to see their homes, their power is still on, so the stuff in the refrigerator is still good, hopefully, but they are still under those pre-evacuation orders. So if something does happen, those folks need to be ready to escape once again. But crews here say they've pretty much got everything under control. They're really optimistic. They're even doing some controlled burning today on one of the steep areas, so you'll be seeing more smoke in the air. Don't be alarmed. I'm told they have it under control. So opening up these homes to folks in their neighborhoods finally again is a step in the right direction, according to the sheriff's office.
I'm not hearing a single excited yay. That's progress, right? So we still have 3. But we're working on those. And there's reasons for the ones we picked.
All right, those reasons. Deer Creek Mesa, the line that they built on the east side, they have a really good confidence, I'm told, in that line, and that fire is moving away from those homes. And in KUSA, it's the furthest area away from the fire. It's on the south end, so they figured those folks should be able to go back home again. Their power is still on. This morning, we know 472 acres. That's the exact number we've been given, the updated number. 472 acres have been burned. It is 20% contained. That's double what it was this time 24 hours ago. So again, the step in the right direction. Power still on. Pre-evacuation status in place. We'll have more details for you guys coming up in about 30 minutes on that smoke you'll see in the air today and what crews are doing exactly with that. Reporting live in Jefferson County, Brianna Clark, 9 News.
Definitely welcome news. And for the Deer Creek Mesa and the KUSA areas, know that you have to go to the Dakota Ridge High School to get those credentials to get back into your neighborhoods. And that is going to be opening up at 10 a.m. today. You cannot get in without that credential. So please just keep that in mind. Now, crews have also made a lot of progress at the Alexander Mountain Fire in the last 24 hours. That fire now 32% contained. This fire, it is still growing, just slower. This weekend, they reported more than 9,600 acres had burned, but because of that progress, they're now hoping to start getting evacuees back into their homes maybe next week, starting with a rollout of the credentialing system. They're expecting to release those details soon. This progress is thanks to the boots on the ground. There are pictures that we got from hotshot crews who have been working around the clock, showing the chaos of what they have been dealing with.
And if you could just imagine at 97 degrees, digging a trench for 5, 6, 7 miles, and then turning around and walking back through that with fire around you. They're just incredible.
These are videos of hotshot crews using a planned burning operation to secure the southeast corner of the fire earlier this week. This is a tactic that firefighters use to secure the southwest area near the Cedar Park neighborhood as well. That is where at least 25 homes were destroyed. Officials, though, are very hopeful that that is the extent of the damage. A total of 49 structures were burned or damaged. They said that they're pretty confident that this fire will not be burning any further west into that neighborhood. Of course, we will update you as we learn more.
Now moving to Boulder County, where crews are making great progress on the Stone Canyon fire. That fire now 90% contained. Some very good news this weekend there. Officials say the fire has burned more than 1,500 acres. 5 homes were lost and 1 person died in the fire earlier this week. All evacuation orders there have now been lifted in Boulder County and roads have reopened.
For more on the wildfires burning on the Front Range, text wildfire to 303-871-1491. We're going to send you back a link to the latest information coming into our newsroom. Of course, you can also stay up to date on conditions and impacts of the fire across the Front Range anytime that is on the 9 News app or streaming on 9 News Plus.
We have some very hot days to get through first, though, before we get through this fire danger. And today, the city of Denver is opening up its rec centers and libraries to act as cooling centers once again as we prepare to possibly hit 100 degrees again. We have a list of where you can find all of those if you need to access them on our website, 9news.com.
And we want to head right over to 9 News Weather Impact Team meteorologist Chris Spears. I know folks are starting to get tired of this weather. It's hard to get outside. It's smoky. It is uncomfortable. If we wait a couple of days, we're going to see such a difference.
Yes, this will be one of those weeks where we get a wide variety of weather conditions, and it's going to happen over the span of about 3 to 5 days. So a lot to get to in our forecast. We'll start with one of the bigger weather stories for today, and that is, as we mentioned, the heat. Temperatures well into the 90s, and for a few hours, 100s possible. The highlighted counties here under a heat advisory, 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. Some places could be as high as 102, and it's going to be a fast warm-up. We'll be well into the 90s as we approach the noon hour, spending the entire afternoon in the 90s, and then sometime in the middle part of, say, between 2 and 4 o'clock, we should briefly pop up to 100 degrees. The record for this date is 98. Futurecast, the other story for today, we are expecting some showers and storms in western Colorado. They may produce some decent rainfall, but here in the urban corridor, because the air at the surface is so dry, we're going to see more wind than rain, and of course some cloud to ground lightning, and that is not good news for all of the progress made on these local fires. So something we're going to have to watch very, very closely. Heat advisory today, the gusty storms this afternoon, 3 more hot days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a wonderful silver lining to this forecast. We'll get to the details coming up.
Thanks so much for that, Chris. It is the last weekend of summer for Douglas County and Aurora Public School students. On Wednesday, those districts will be going back to class. Later this month, Cherry Creek back in school next Monday, August 12th. Jeffco kiddos back August 15th. And Denver Public Schools are back in class for August 19th.
Former President Donald Trump says he will agree to debate Vice President Kamala Harris, but only on his own terms. Trump had previously agreed to debate President Biden on September 10th at an event hosted by ABC. Now he says he won't do that debate, since Biden is no longer the nominee. Instead, he says he'll only debate Harris at a debate hosted by Fox News, which he proposed for September 4th. Harris says she's still planning to be at the ABC event on September 10th, whether Trump is there or not. It's still unclear if Harris will attend the Fox debate.
The Democratic presidential campaign of Kamala Harris has now raised $310 million in July. Campaign officials said Friday that they're entering August with $377 million on hand. More than $200 million was raised during the first week of her candidacy. That was after President Joe Biden dropped out and then endorsed her. Harris's campaign said 2/3 of its fundraising is coming from first-time donors.
A sentencing date of November 13th has been set for Hunter Biden in connection to his criminal gun case in Delaware. The president's son was convicted in June of 3 criminal counts related to his purchase and possession of a revolver while being an illegal drug user. He faces a maximum possible sentence of 25 years in prison. Biden faces another criminal trial in Los Angeles federal court next month, where he is charged with 9 counts stemming from his alleged failure to pay at least $1.4 million in taxes over several years. His lawyers have asked judges in both cases to dismiss those charges.